Hello guys, in this video I will be talking about the Well of Time. The Well of Time is an event that is stage-like where you defeat the stage and continue to the next stage. And what some of these stages you can obtain some rewards. These rewards are used to upgrade the immortal boost, so they are quite important in the end game. In the mid game, the early game, you should be focusing on try to beat the level 1, the stage 1, or the map 1, and until map 10, in my opinion, you should try to rush that as soon as possible so you can get some of the boosts. These boosts are really, really good, especially the production speed boost. When you are in the early game and the mid game, these are significant. You will see them significantly, the difference between having done them or not. And once you come to the mid game, you probably around like unlock some of these already, and at the end game, you can also get all of these. So I'm at the end, so this is what you get at the end. 10% of everything you can see here. That is pretty good for the end game, and especially for the dragon as well. If you upgrade a lot of dragons and max out dragons, you can increase the speed by 10%, even the gold, production, everything. So for me, this is one of the main reason or one of the main event PvE content that you should really emphasize. Also, once you defeat all of the stages and you gain 12 stars, you will get some gems, silver stones, some speed ups alongside like the whole map. You can see the rewards. They are okay, pretty decent for the beginner stuff. On the later stage, they're pretty much the same, but I think, or in my opinion, the first 10 levels should have something like a boss march, sorry, a boss march or a boss monster as the boss, like this. There should be, this is the lightning boss, should be the first one. You have the water boss, you have earth boss and the fire boss. Oh, another water boss and the fire boss. So if you just rotate around and you should be able to defeat them all. However, if you can't, you can look at the recommended power. Sometimes if you have a good team, especially in the early and the mid game, you really don't have to care about it. You can probably beat it with when your team is only around 30k or even 40k or even less. It depends on the immortals you use. But as a recommendation for the bosses here in game or in this event, you should be having a boss march which contain Hippolyta for free to play and probably an Alex or Attila, whatever you use as your main team. But in my opinion, if you have Hippolyta in the beginning of the game, it will help you significantly. So, but yeah, some of these stages don't have the bosses, so you have to use your main team. And from my own experience back then, you should have a Earth team. Earth team and Fire team is doing the best damage against these stages, in my opinion. Earth team with the sustainability and the Fire team with the burst damage, I think they are the most effective when it comes to PvE in Well of Time. If you have like water, if you have lightning, and if it happens for you to have the wind team, I think the wind teams are really difficult to get. So I assume you have water and a lightning. It might be a little bit more difficult due to the reason that the damage is not there and it's difficult to ramp up the damage for some of the immortals, some of the marshes, especially in lightning, you don't have support to probably use YSG since you don't have Khan unlocked, or if you don't have Khan unlocked, you probably use YSG. Some of you might have Hammurabi already, but they are not maxed, especially during the beginning. So yeah, if you are in the beginning to the mid game, I really recommend Earth and Fire team to go through these stages. So I think once you come to level 12, well, 12 should be a good place to get to, especially when your power are around 100k, 150k, then you should be fine to go to stage 12. Before the update, quite not a year ago, there were only 12 stage or 12 maps until 12.8. And after they added more stages, you could kind of require more power. And right now it just goes to 18.8, and the recommended power here are 513,000. But if you haven't by this time, you probably have your team maxed out with artifacts and normal skills. For this instance, you have a normal team first. So yeah, normal team first, and then the second team in this stage is a boss. If you use a boss march like what I have here as a this is my free to play boss march, then you should be going through all the boss stages in the event. But normal normal stage, you can just use the normal march of yours, the main march. You might lose a lot, like health, or barely manage to take down these stages, but you will be fine. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Hope you understand my opinion or understand my explanation of this event and why you should do this event. Let's take a look at the buff again so you guys can see and have something to aim for, especially from the end game to, oh sorry, from the mid game to end game. These will be valuable. Very valuable in my opinion, especially the dragon one and the training speed. The gold, of course, this is very important. And here as well, technology, this is very important because it might take if you don't gems up, you don't use the speed ups, you have a lot of technology. So this is one of the thing that people might forget, or people just do to level 10, like the map level 10, and then they stop doing it because it's boring. Yes, it might be a little bit boring in the beginning, but it's definitely worth doing and completing all of it. So yeah, that's the video about the Well of Time. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Bye.